y'all. So 2020 has been a year, but I want to thank you because the Maven movement got started in 2020, and we have covered a lot of topics between our inception until December. So take a look at our greatest hits.
Yeah, I'm acting like I didn't know, but it was actually one of her bridesmaids. That smoke can still come 20 years later. I don't care.
So I stayed a few months past the time I found out. And then I kept the secret. I didn't tell any of my family for 9 months.
Ethan.
I kept that secret.
Ethan Hunt, everybody.
I know. And there was some booty shaking there.
She told me that earlier.
There was some cleavage and all this stuff there that I was like, is this appropriate for Disney Plus?
That's why.
This is my response.
That's like her in the trooper in the Marin Sarah bodysuit. You know.
Wait, who?
Oh, sorry. Throughout the designer, just skip that. But the bodysuits that they all had on.
So bougie.
Okay. Anyway.
But see, this is what I was telling E. If she was in whatever country our lineage is from,
that's what they do. That's part of the culture.
Colonization has demonized the female body.
Right.
They ain't thinking like that over there.
Nope.
That's because we sexualized a female body and the way we move. Even when
you want to send in troops, but for what? When you're paying people to cause havoc amongst our protesters, you want to create chaos. You create chaos. This distraction is off in November, but I pray that everybody stay focused on November. It is important.
Voting.
It is important.
Voting.
To stay focused. You got to vote. You have to. Okay, I tell you what. If you can survive another 4 years with him, then so be it. But if this 2020 didn't show, forget about 20, this last 3 years didn't show you that we cannot afford to start picking out things on what we choose and what we don't. When right now we are in a crisis. We are in a crisis. And if you do not vote, you're saying that it is okay to continue chaos.
Tear each other's out.
Regardless of how we may come at each other, the judgment is never there.
Right. No judgment zone.
No judgment zone.
Everyone should have that. Everyone should have that kind of real, authentic, organic friendship where I can tell you the whole 100% truth. You may not love it, but you appreciate it because you know that it's coming from a genuine place. And so that's us. That's the crew.
I was wondering if we could off the cuff do No.
You always like no.
Trying to get it
Maybe on season 2, when we on season 2, because I don't know if any of us is in the same. Like I think I'm a tenor now.
I'm a tenor. I'm definitely a tenor now.
But I might be a baritone. I don't know right now. No.
We gotta figure some things out.
It's not gonna work.
No.
Ain't nobody singing, Chaya.
Ain't nobody gonna do it. No.
Besides the fact that Zoom isn't really the platform for us to try that anyway, because, sometimes you go in and you come out in different, like, it just, like, my sound may not match up to your sound, and then it's like,
ain't on. Sis, if ain't right, it ain't right. If we ain't got,
listen.
You
You're right, sis. Yeah, my note, my note is.
If you know I made some good macaroni and cheese, you're going to designate me as the one to make your mac and cheese, right?
Yes. You be on
And
mac
then-
and cheese that year.
And then if I called you up the morning of Thanksgiving, I said, you know, Kaya, I found this recipe, and I'm going to use goat cheese instead, because they said it's healthy.
Don't do that. Don't play
You know,
with
and I'm going to use almond milk cheese.
You can't play
I'm
with
on the phone like, what the hell? You going to pick Thanksgiving to experiment?
Yeah, you don't do Thanksgiving with experiments.
You don't do that. You pick another day. You can pick Easter, but not Thanksgiving. So that's how I felt initially when he said he was going to pick a woman. This ain't the time to be experimenting and rolling the dice. So that's how I felt.
I don't know her entire story, but I'm sure she has met adversity every step of the way. And it wasn't just like the little, oh no, we're not giving the jobs to you. It's like, we don't do niggas here. Or we're going to undercut you. Or we're going to steal whatever you had so that you don't get what you were supposed to get.
Right.
This is what I'm saying that she had to go through. She got bust. You already know. Because even as light as she is, she's still darker than them.
Hello.
Yep.
Message.
Keisha, I gotta spend the weekend with you. I'm gonna need you to behave right now, okay?
Listen.
Yeah, I thought it was just me. I ain't saying nothing. I was like, I'm gonna keep that one to myself.
No, I saw it. Cause it was a beautiful gave beautiful speeches, and then all the family came out, and then the first one,
Hold up.
It was like at a Brooklyn party in the basement. It was about to drop to the ground.
Oh God! It's like, you know, if you hit a note, people are like, oh my God, she's amazing.
right.
Because they don't hear music.
Like when people would go to Palo, and you know, you as long as you hit that high note, that you know.
And you had to be singing gospel though.
Yes, and you had to be like,
True.
I wanna love the Lord. He heard my cry.
Because when you first come out, they start booing you. Boo! And after boo, you say Jesus.
That boy, Jesus did it.
That boy good.
Me.
Terrible.
So, as I said, not having the appropriate male figure to let you know, my daughter, this is how a man is supposed to treat you. He's supposed to make you feel like a queen. He's supposed to not encapsulate you. He's supposed to still allow you to be yourself and grow and flourish and help you enhance who you are and teach you things that you may not know, but not downtrod you. So what I end up with, getting ready to say that ain't nice. Anyway, so the guy that I married, he crossed the street. He's still standing in the middle of the street. Okay, so break it down.
Okay, so my aunt has a lot of colloquialisms, if you cannot tell already. So when she says that her husband was crossed the street, she means that he was gay. Well, he is gay.
Hello, tell it like it is, girl.
He is gay, but he was posing as straight.
Tell it like it is, still is.
When you have kids involved, you know, when you have property and you have an empire that you've built with someone, it's a little different than
just be like, okay, I'm out.
Pojo and them.
Because if I'm crying to you, Kaya, yo, I'm on the phone with him and I'm crying to him and he's telling me, yo, do you go about your do. If that's what's gonna make you do you, do whatever make you happy. Do whatever make you happy. And men need to be careful on the words that come out their mouth sometimes. Because if she did her, if she did it before, and now you gotta have a red table talk about it.
Now
Years later.
About identity. That's what you're trying to get. You're trying to figure out really who you are. And the only way to know kind of who you are as a whole is to go back and really understand where you came from and who you came from. You know what I'm saying? So we've been struggling with that sense of identity for a long time. And unfortunately, the disconnect and the disconnection that we have from that was systemic, you know what I'm saying, to have a level of control over a people. You know what I'm saying? We already know the history of that, and people want to, you know, make it feel like, hey, slavery and civil rights and just all those things in between that happen are past news and it doesn't impact it. That's absolutely a myth. If anybody believes that, you should just forget about it, and that doesn't impact who we are today, because our parents didn't have much. They were slaves. You know what I'm saying? They didn't own property. They had the lack of education, access, you know what I'm saying, ownership, any of that stuff. And now you think about, fast forward to the future, about why, you know, our parents didn't have those things, or at least the exposure and that experience. That's because back then they didn't have access. They didn't have, that's why they don't own a lot, because they couldn't own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, there's so many companies that were already built on slavery. You know what I'm saying? They were built on that. You know what I'm saying? So
right, you're championing the efficacy of laws.
No, I'm not championing it. All I'm saying is
as if that's going to prevent
it does create a level of hesitation before
it should
motivation.
It should.
Bars.
It should. You're saying it will.
Yeah, I can't speak for Joe Schmo and whomever, but I can't say that, you know, if people see that there's a fire, you ain't going to run into a burning building.
A law isn't going to change an implicit fear.
Of course it won't.
Right. So if they're fearful, how's the law going to change that?
It won't.
Right, which is my point. It doesn't solve the problem. That's my point.
What I'm saying is it causes a deterrent to most.
Right. Okay.
Most.
Okay. So then, if we're subscribing to that, it causes a deterrent. It still doesn't solve the problem. The problem is we're getting killed in the street. That's the problem.
Yes.
The additional problem is that there are no repercussions for it. Okay, so now you solve the repercussion problem, but we're still getting killed in the street. So the problem's still the problem. That's my point. Is that's not going to change anything. You're not going to change how other people feel with a law.
And then the law is not made to change your feelings. It's made to change your actions.
But it doesn't change the action, and that's my point.
But I don't think trying to appease people is the right way to go. I think we have some deep-rooted issues as far as what comes out of a man's heart. You know, so regardless of whether we disarm them or not, if I hate you, that's in my heart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think we need to address that.
How does your husband feel with the protest? Is he involved in kind of settling the protesters, or just?
I don't know exactly how he felt because he didn't really talk about it, but it was basically trying to protect property, protect people, because there was such tension that you could feel, and it was a lot of hate. And then we had people who were trying to infiltrate it, who, you know, people were protesting peacefully, but then you had the looters coming and you had people to give it a bad name. So he encountered everything. He had stuff thrown at him. He was hit with things. So, you know, I don't know if he was necessarily blue at that time or if he was just a man.
Yeah.
But you have to have a certain level of restraint because people, they don't see you as an individual. They just see, like us, how we don't want to be seen, you know, just for the color of our skin. They're seen for their uniform. But he is okay.
Speaking off the cuff, it was just like, for the first time, she's very proud of her country. And people tried to murder her with it because of the fact that she was telling her truth.
But as Black people, have we ever been proud of the country?
She got railroaded for wearing no sleeves.
No sleeves.
Now you let Michelle or Auntie Shelley have posed nude. You let Barack have had 3 wives.
Trump played into the ignorance of
this country.
And
he became
president.
He
played into the ignorance of poor white people.
Yes. Well, who else did,
sold them on a dream that does not exist.
Who did that before he did? Hitler.
Yeah,
Hitler did the same
basically.
He got the same. He got the same rule book. He go through it. But even though he don't stay, he got it on Audible because he don't read. Anyway, he got the.
I remember one time when I was freaking out about when I freaked out about the Islamophobia in the U.S. and all of this hatred. My dad and my sister are always the ones to kind of put me together because they're like, you know what? Because I don't remember, but they're like, you don't know what we left. And my sister was like, I was sharing a bedroom with our aunt and there was gunfighting and stuff going on outside. And our window broke and she was above the window and the glass fell on her leg and she started bleeding. And my aunt got up to help her. And as my aunt was helping her, a gunshot went into my aunt's bed. And if she hadn't been helping her, she would have died.
Oh
and my sister, and I didn't know any of this. And she was like, that's what we left.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's perspective building.
I live around the corner from a testing site. And they had a sign as folks drive by. They're like, please keep your windows closed. So I'm just like, so if they're telling people who drive by, I'm not going to walk by because I don't have a window. I'm not in the.
You got to walk by. You walking by like this. Put it over my head.
I know, but it's just like, look, I understand. It is hot.
COVID is real. It's real. I can tell you that I have attended 3 Zoom funeral services because people have died.
Yeah.
I mean, Breonna Taylor was sleeping in her bed.
Her bed, yes. Yeah.
What the hell is a no-knock warrant?
Yeah.
Her boyfriend had every right to protect. It's just terrible regardless. And, and a lot of people are making flack about whether or not someone has a certain title or degree or pedigree. I don't care if Christian Cooper in Central Park goes to Harvard. That's great that he was a Harvard grad.
It shouldn't even
but
be a factor.
It shouldn't have happened to begin with.
Yeah.
Regardless, if he never went to school or he was a dropout, whatever, that doesn't lessen his humanity. And those are the messages that we have to share with our children and adults.
Yeah. Just say, and this is the problem that I have with the Trumplicans, is that you can't just say, oh, we won and it be so. I know that the Bible does say that to speak it into existence. This is not one of them times, boo-boo. Claim it. Don't talk negative, claim it. This does not apply.
You on the roll tonight, sis.
I don't know. You running for office? You running for office?
Pass around the collection plate for sister.
No, she running for office. You on the ballot on November?
She in her library. She in the library.
That's how you know.
Yeah.
My juices are flowing,
I feel like now I am so much more, I'm definitely so much more confident. Yes, there's things I want to change. Yes, there's things I want to fix. But listen, this is what you got.
That's right.
This is what you got. Okay?
Love me or leave me alone.
Exactly. And if it's not what you want, then that's okay. And that's okay.
Well, sometimes you used to call him
dad because I didn't know what type of person. I didn't see the person. Well, I saw it, but it was just, oh, that's still your father. That's still your father on that side, not you guys, but the other side. That's still your father. That's still your father. That's still your father. So I called him dad, but it wasn't until I got older to realize that's not really what a father is. So I'm not going to sit there and keep on calling you dad when I'm not even truly how a father and daughter relationship is supposed to be. I'm not going to continue to give you that. I'm still going to give you respect, but that title means so much more to me now.
Definitely.
Right.
Let me tell you. Did you peep how my boy Joey how Joey ran up on that stage like a teenager? Yes. He had a little
Looks like he got an extra pack today.
Look at Joey over here.
Hey.
Right?
Wait, he ran out there. I'm like, he ran faster than me. I be out of breath.
Joe had the pep. I was like, and when he said, my fellow American.
I'm telling you, he was oozing so much confidence that evening. It was
presidentiality.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
We haven't seen-
Joe he was
because we
looking
haven't-
younger.
we
He
haven't
was.
seen the president.
He was. I was like, let me find out Joe looking good.
haven't
He sound
seen
like
the
a man in
president
power.
address
Biden went past the 270 electoral votes. On the day of, it was just like, everybody look around, because there's a reason to be. I was like, hello world. Like a different way. You know what I'm saying?
And the sun was shining, remember?
It was raining.
It
It was disgusting weather like that whole week. Because my body was like out of commission because of the weather. But then Saturday it was just a
beautiful, sunny,
like our Easter Sunday, like an Easter Sunday.
Can I chime in? I can honestly say, and I think I've heard other people say it, but I had the feeling, and it's like everyone that you approached or walked by, everyone was smiling.
Mm-hmm.
People just seemed. It really felt as if the air.
It was like
light.
Yes.
Wait, that's why I wore my cold shoulder shirt, because the weight.
And then I get the text from you, Shauna.
Mm.
So I was like, oh, wait, let me get out. Let me turn on the news for this one. When I tell you, my neighborhood is nothing but Trump supporters. Like y'all saw the video I did.
Mm-hmm.
I raised that window up. And I was like, y'all mighty quiet out here. I don't hear no clicking.
They was outside of the White House saying, use your
You are about to lose your job.
You about to lose your job.
All I kept on saying, I was just like, he go cry in the car.
We saw Tahiri being the aggressor.
Yeah. And she got off scot-free. She got off scot-free.
She was the aggressor, and because of that notion, a man should not put his hand on a woman. No. If you don't want someone to put their hands on you, you keep your damn hands to yourself.
When we constantly see the same story with different characters over and over again, it's not a coincidence.
No.
Because if the terrorist Kyle Wittenhouse or Wittenberger, whatever his name is, was able to shoot two people and then go home
and walk by the police,
hands up,
yep,
and be unscathed, not even a hair out of place.
Exactly. Win. And the fact that Obama was in office and there was a whole lot of people that didn't like Obama, so he felt like, okay, or his team.
Obama was the sickness. Trump was the remedy.
Yep.
So when Obama came, it was just like, oh, niggas in office?
Black man?
A nigga's in office?
I remember when Obama came in office, like in January, when he had his hand on the Bible. Mm-hmm. By February, people was dogging him out. It wasn't the Bible, it was the Quran. I'm like, Dad, like, give him at least 8 weeks. Speaking to a Black retired female cop, she said that a lot of times the reason why we keep getting attacked is because we don't complain and we don't sue. She said one thing about when white people are stopped by cops and when they're abused by cops, they sue. So let me tell y'all.
We don't know what our rights are.
Yeah. So we telling our audience, anytime you stop by a cop and you are not treated correctly, I don't care if he said something wrong to you.
File a complaint.
Take it to court.
File a complaint.
More of us are taking it to court. They don't want to lose money.
Mm-hmm.
Right now it's a black and white thing, but at the end of the day, if it's a green thing, they're gonna start changing. Cause like, wait, all of the, cause you know one thing about us as a minority, if it become a fad,
they changed it real quick.
So we need to start that. If you every time we get stopped, if you disrespect me when you stop me, I don't care if you said something out the way to me. We need to sue.
Yeah, that really.
He filmed an ad. How about we start there?
Go off,
sis.
He filmed an ad, and tweeted that the flu was worse than COVID.
When he spoke about Joe, we're the biggest mask.
And the biggest mask. The biggest mask.
I wear my mask. I wear my mask.
It's right here. It's right here.
I have it right here. Look, Keish.
But I said this. I bring this up. But I bring this up. I bring this up because he made it a point to state to Chris Wallace that we were all tested before we came in. People need to understand that just because you test negative at 7 o'clock on October 6th doesn't mean that 7 p.m. October 7th, you can't test positive. Right.
Oh,
James,
it's coming for him.
Like Miss One said in a whiz, let's get back to running our business. Let's get back to running our business.
Tish is waiting.
Okay, and let Tish deal with Trump. See, you got to have black women to deal with Trump. Tish is waiting in the wings, okay?
Like this.
Like this. And it's like that. And that's the way it is.
So now fast forward to 2020, to March 2020. COVID running amok, right? Everybody all like, oh my God, woe is me, the sky's falling, the doom scrolling. I'm like, nah. I understand that within every crisis exists opportunity. So I'm like, all right, God, where the opportunity at? Up in this piece. So I'm looking around. Right? So I have a chance coffee meeting with some acquaintances, told them about my foundation aspirations. They're like, yo, what are you waiting for? Why don't you do it now? I'm like, oh, yeah, do it now.
Friend, food stamps? What do you mean you need food stamps? You want a handout? What do you mean you need a voucher for childcare? You want a handout? No one thinks about the kids after the fact.
I'm a quote Kamala when she said to Kavanaugh, are there any laws that regulate anything that a man does with his body? I can't think of anything. Thank you.
So
I yield my time.
We pay.
My time.
Wait, so we pay and we're taxed on sanitary napkins.
Yes.
Tampons.
Yes.
They want us to pay for birth control.
Yes.
But a man can receive Viagra covered.
Yep.
Injections covered.
Yep.
Anything that would, prevent him from performing is covered. Anything that protects us
is not covered.
It's not covered.
Vasectomy. Castration. So that's my thing. I'm not a go, let's go kill a baby today. That's not me. But what I'm saying is you have no right to tell me what I should do with my body. The same way I have no right to tell you what you should do with your body, sir.
I had in the beginning.
They're like gallstones.
I'm not gonna say gallstones.
I have butterflies in my stomach. No, boo, that's gallstones. That's gallstones.
No, that's kidney stones.
Kidney stones, excuse me. You got kidney stones, girl. You got kidney stones.
But they always say you always have to reinvent. You always have to reinvent your marriage, and
it goes in cycles.
She said that a lot of times the reason why we keep getting attacked is because we don't complain and we don't sue. She said one thing about when white people are stopped by cops and when they're abused by cops, they
it's a wrap.
So let me tell y'all.
We don't know what our rights are.
Yeah. So we telling our audience, anytime you stop by a cop and you are not treated correctly, I don't care if he said something wrong to you.
File a complaint.
Take it to court.
File a complaint.
More of us are taking it to court. They don't want to lose money. Right now it's a black and white thing, but at the end of the day, if it's a green thing, they're gonna start changing. Cause wait, all of the, cause you know one thing about us as a minority, if it become a fad,
they changed it real quick.
So we need to start that. If you every time we get stopped, if you disrespect me when you stop me, I don't care if you said something out the way to me. We need to sue.
Yeah.
And
because God forbid it, RBG. You know
what is Clarence doing?
Listen,
what is Clarence doing?
RBG has been sick
Sitting
a
there
lot
looking
of late.
but she been holding on because I feel like she like I'ma hold on.
Y'all better go into intercessory prayer for Ruth right now, okay? Y'all better go into
Every time I hear Ruth Bader, I'm like, oh my God, is she alive?
I know. I get nervous. I get nervous.
Please, we need Ruth to hold on.
Yeah.
Right.
So again, just think like I don't know what do y'all think is going to happen? This man has already shown us what his agenda is. And what did Maya Angelou say?
When someone shows you who they are, believe them.
I love us.
I love us.
Nobody say I love us.
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 There's such devotion and dedication from you as a man. We love you. You will be sorely missed, but we will continue to try to leave a legacy for our children that model royalty, just like you.
Yeah.
We live in purpose. Live in purpose.
Live in purpose. Chadwick Boseman forever.
Chadwick Boseman forever.
I just wish he could lay on my bosom.
I can't.
Thank you for taking this crazy ride with us for the year 2020. God knows that it has been one crazy year. We've lost a lot, but we've also gained a lot. So here's to a new year full of love, life, happiness, and all the joy that your heart can handle. Thank you for joining the movement. See you next year.